Hey Marcello,
Hey, hi there.
popping in to say hello. How are you?
See you. My goodness, as time flies, eh?
I
Woo.
know, I know, I know. It's crazy, crazy. So
I
we have
thought I'd
some
just
people.
log in. Was I too early? I thought I just maybe like I'm
No, no.
oh good. Well,
Yeah,
perfect
there's
is
nah, you're perfect. There's a couple people in the session already. So
okay.
hello to
Um.
everyone. I just want to make sure you were set up properly. I'm going to do a quick intro for you too. So
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And now should I share my screen, I guess, or do you want me
You can? Yeah.
to?
You remember how to do it, right?
Okay. Let me think. Oh, sorry. One sec. Hold on. Sorry. I know I have it open. Give me 1 second. Now let me. It's been a while. Is this the one? No, is this the one here? Hang on. Sorry.
No, no worries.
Am I hitting the right? Is this? Is
The
this
one at
share?
the very bottom, the
Okay.
monitor button with the line through it.
Yeah. Okay. So I got that, and then I think there was the application window from last time. I can't remember now.
Yeah, application window. That's right.
I think so. It didn't work last time for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Just choose the one with your PowerPoint. Do you have your PowerPoint open?
It's open, but I'm not seeing it here. See, it's not loading up on the screen. I think we had this problem last time.
Yeah, so you should click on it and it should say your entire screen and then application window. So you want application window and then to
Yeah.
choose where your slides are.
Okay. So if okay, but do I hit share first because I don't see anything where it says application window right now. It's blank.
At the very top, it doesn't say your entire screen, application window, Chrome tab.
Oh yeah, no, it does, but just
Okay.
as far as seeing what's because I know I have the presentation open on my desktop, but
Okay, so click application window and what do you see there?
I not I'm just saying application window, but I see nothing underneath it though. Should I see my slides underneath this?
You
Or
should. Like I can see all the Word documents I have open, the folder I have open, my
huh?
email.
So if I suppose I hit share, what would happen at this point?
You could try. We'll see
Let
what
me
happens.
see. Share. Ugh. Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
you're not on application window. We're seeing your whole screen.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think this happened last time too. We had to figure out just a second. Hang on now. Okay, how do I get out of this now? Click stop sharing. Let me stop sharing for a second. Okay, because I know because I have it open. It's like it's right. Like when I go like that, see, I have it there. Now, actually, what happens? I think last time I had to just open it and it still showed. Like if I just go like this, can you see it?
No, I can't see anything right now.
Hmm.
I just want
Okay.
to, hi everyone. Thanks for coming into the session. We're just getting all set up here. We're working on some slide sharing and Marcella will start in the next couple minutes, right?
Got it. Thank you.
Got it. All right.
Okay. You know what, Rachel? I don't. I think this happened. Okay. Your entire
It should say,
screen.
I don't know, there's nothing else I can troubleshoot. It should say application window and then you were able to choose your PowerPoint. So it's,
Yeah, and this is. But I remember last time Jesse had to do something else, and we had to, like, I was able to open my screen, and then you everybody could see it at that point. I'm just not sure what happened.
huh.
Yeah, I'm clicking application window, it's just not. I'm not seeing anything unless let me see. You still don't see it, eh?
No.
If I do share this document and see who it shared with. Hmm.
Because the only workaround that we have is you have to send me the PowerPoint and I have to do it from my end and like flip the slides.
Well, how would that sit with you? That's that. I think that's the real question.
No, you can if you want to send it over to me.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I just don't know what she did. She had to do something last time, but I don't know what it was. But for some reason it doesn't upload on mine. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Can you just give me a second? Let me just.
Sure.
Sorry about that, Rachel.
Okay, we're going to start in a few minutes, everyone. We're just trying to get the
Yeah.
slides
Sorry.
sorted
Sorry.
out,
Sorry. Okay.
and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Thanks for
Give me.
joining us. If you're in the session, you can put who you are, your name, what kind of job you're looking for, what you're looking to get out of the session. If you have any questions, there's a session chat on the right-hand side, so feel free to use that.
Sorry, guys. Just give me a moment here. Boy. Okay, this is really weird. It's not even letting me. I know I have no problem attaching this normally, but now I can't even send it to you. Oh my goodness.
Can you start without it, and then, like, do you have to use you probably have to use your slides?
Well, I mean, it's nice to have the sort of the visual in front there. To be honest, I mean, I can just go for a wing at this and do it as far as that goes. I do apologize. I don't know what happened here.
No, that's okay. There's really no other way to troubleshoot it other than, like, do you have it open in PowerPoint? Maybe put it on full screen, like your full presentation mode, and then try it.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I mean, we can give it a shot. Let's see. Okay, hold on.
Put it on like your
Yeah,
actual
because it was open before, but I'll do full slideshow just for a second. You don't see it there at all, eh?
I don't think you're sharing it right now.
Okay, hold on.
Put it in full presentation mode and then do the application window thing.
Yeah, I just got to get myself in there now. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Okay, let me see.
You have your PowerPoint open?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just go full presentation mode as if you're like on your webinar.
Yep.
Like, put it in full present and then click that monitor button again.
Okay.
And go to application window and see if it pops up.
Okay, so full present. I just got to get to the button now. Hold on. Okay, I saw something. Is that it, maybe?
I would just try to put it in full presentation mode and then.
Yeah, but that's just that I can't get to the slide. Oh, gee. See, when I have the full slide on screen, then now I can't get to the.
Just push escape.
Was that sorry?
Push escape.
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did.
Well, can you see the slides? You can do the content and just talk to people without the slides, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see the slide. It's just that they can't see it, right?
Right.
So, are you okay if I just talk
Yeah, that's
slides?
fine.
Can they hear me though?
That's fine.
Can they hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to just introduce you quickly. So sorry everyone for the delay.
Sorry about that. Apologies.
I am joined by Marcello Scarsella, employment consultant from ACCESS Employment, and he's going to talk about networking for your career. So I've heard this presentation many times. He's dynamic. He is fabulous. He has so much insight into the employment industry. So you have selected a good session to be on today. He's an enthusiastic facilitator, seasoned professional, and he's passionate about supporting job seekers in their journey to find meaningful employment. So welcome, Marcello, and thanks for joining us today and for your time. Hopefully we can kind of get your slides working, or we can share some information with people preceding the event. But I'll be back, to help you facilitate questions. If anyone has any questions, please put them in the session chat, and I will leave it to you, Marcello.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel. And hello, everyone. Sorry, apologies for the a little bit of technical difficulties here. I do apologize, but I've got the slides in front of me, so I'm just going to talk through them. And I hope everybody can hear me okay. From there, maybe just let me know. If somebody can let me know if they can at least hear me, then I can just sort of talk through. So again, as Rachel said, my name is. Oh, thank you very much, Maureen. Appreciate it. And I believe you'll be able to get a copy of these afterwards. So thanks for that. My name is Marcello Scarsella. Yes, employment consultant and facilitator for the Speed Mentoring Program, which is part of ACCESS Employment, one of the many programs that we offer. So my goal today, honestly, first of all, again, I want to thank Rachel and Mark and everyone here at Toronto Jobs for allowing me on behalf of ACCESS to be here and to just share some thoughts about networking for your career. I'm sure a lot of you have had a chance to already network with many people. We've been to some presentations. So, events like today are just an excellent opportunity to really, shine, to really sort of, just be who you are and really tell your story if you have that opportunity. And of course, everything's done virtually, but that's still very, very important, and even more important to be able to provide an impact and have impact as you are networking out there. So I know our time is very limited, so I do apologize. I'm going to make sure I'm done by 1:55 according to the time slot. So if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to send through the chat. I can see the chat on my screen, and I'll do my very best to answer as quickly as I can as I'm going through. So without any further ado, I just want to say a couple things about ACCES very, very briefly, and then I'm going to get into the actual presentation, talk about networking for your career. Okay. So just very, very briefly, we're really about, we're an integrated service, if I read it to summarize it, model that allows us to target and customer our employment services to meet the unique needs of our job seekers. And that's what we're about. I mean, we've had almost 40,000 job seekers. We've had almost 163,000 job seeker visits. We've had 80% job seekers found employment. We've had almost 100% of our job seekers would recommend our programs and services. But just to very, very briefly, just to say, hey, we've been around for 30 years, just like Toronto Jobs, just like many services out there that are doing wonderful things to provide opportunities for job seekers. That's really the bottom line. We're all in this together. Toronto Jobs, ACCES, and many other services. We're really all here to help you, support you in any way we can. Let's put it that way. So. Just a few thoughts. Just to give you a sense of some of the programs that we offer, and I'm not going to get into too much detail here because I don't want to take up too much time. But basically, we've got something called starting your job search. So basically, when you register with ACCES, there's a whole process where you can either talk with an employment consultant or just get some advice. In other words, get some support, just kind of help you navigate that road. That's upon registration. We have mentoring support. Again, this takes many forms. Speed mentoring en français, speed mentoring program, which is a program that I've been involved in for quite a while now. For actually, it's almost 7 years. I've been with ACCES Employment actually 11 years next month. Wow, hard to believe. So yeah, we have many opportunities for mentoring. Let's put it that way. Okay, we have programs for starting a business. So if someone comes into Canada and they want to start a business and they've got some inkling towards that, then we have what's called an entrepreneurship connection program. We have women in the workplace. We're very proud of this because we have many programs that really support women in the workplace. Empowering women. We have women in technology. We have career pathways for newcomer women, for example. We have sector-specific programs. So these are programs for internationally trained professionals, from different sectors like engineering, hospitality, IT, leadership, sales and marketing, just to name a few. So these are programs that are specific to that particular sector and really provide support along the way and helping you achieve that job search success. We have programs for youth, and we have programs for individuals that have not arrived in Canada yet, but they can benefit from our programs before they arrive, and then once they do arrive, can have further support as far as job search. So there you go. That's basically ACCES in a nutshell. So key questions that we're going to sort of address as best we can about this topic. So networking for your career. We're going to look at things like, where does your networking fit into the actual job search strategy, the overall job search strategy? Where does networking actually fit into that whole puzzle or that whole strategy? And what is the impact of that? How do you get the most from your network? How do you give the most to your network? That's an important question, by the way. How do you give the most to your network? And I'll be talking a bit about that. So before I go any further, again, I apologize because I'm probably guessing that you're seeing part of my face on the screen here. I'm going to see if I can move it over a little bit. Just a little bit. See some. Hi, everybody. Just in case you're wondering who this voice is. So I'm going to just sort of talk through a little bit. Before I go on, I would like to leave some hopefully key messages that you'll be able to benefit from. And I tend to do this really with any of the different topics that I talk about, whether it's LinkedIn or job search, or interview skills and so on. I'm going to share with you some keywords. So first of all, 3 things, and this actually relates to our overall personal branding, whether it's face-to-face like this, virtual, which is important, of course, LinkedIn, and just overall branding. First word is who. All right. So in other words, who are you? Now, besides your name, of course, how are you branding yourself? That's very important. And then how are you, responding to this statement? I am a blank. So I'm a what? I'm a financial specialist. I'm a financial analyst. I am a marketing media strategist. I mean, I'm just throwing out some words. But in other words, what it really reflects the core of who you are. And I really want to stress this. I'm hoping that if you get nothing else from this, our time together, very, very brief, that you at least understand that part and just get, digest that really, because it's really important to, really be clear. Well, who are you exactly, and how are you? Like, what's the heart of who you are? What is the heart of who you are? So again, just being able to kind of think about that. The next word is what. Well, in other words, what is your area of expertise? That's really what I'm saying here. So, what is that? Are you an expert troubleshooter? Are you outstanding in managing projects, for example? And we all have areas of expertise. We're all good at many things, but there are the areas of expertise that really, really stand out as well. Okay, are you a solution provider, for example, whatever that might be? Okay, and is that so? What is it about you that shows the area of expertise, and are you expressing that in every opportunity that you can in your in your own professional way? Of course, is it shown in your resume? Is it shown on your LinkedIn profile? So what and you may have more than one area of expertise. Wonderful, I applaud you. To be honest with you, I applaud you on that one. Okay. So we have the who again. I am a what blank. Blanket. I could fill that blank. And what? What's your area of expertise? Okay. Third word is value. Okay, so we have who, what, and then we have value. So in other words, what are your accomplishments? So this really gets down to what value can you contribute? And not just to organizations, of course, that's important, as we all know. However, also in your network, and this gets into the whole concept of networking. As you are networking, what kind of relationships are you building? Are you building trust? Are you showing that you're willing to help? And I'm sure all of you have more value than what you give yourself credit for when it comes to when you are interacting, when you are networking, and so on. It's amazing. You have to give yourself that chance, give yourself that break, because I've talked to many clients, and as through conversations, they begin to realize, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I could help in this way. Maybe just by listening, or just by having a conversation with somebody virtually, of course, these days. There's so much value that you can provide people as well as you build your network. So that's part of that building trust and building relationships. So I just wanted to share those things right up front. So before we go any further, so if nothing else, hopefully you remember those things. The who, again, I am a what. Then there's the what. What's your area of expertise or areas of expertise? And then there's the value. So, what do you have how can you contribute to an organization, or how can you help organizations achieve their goals? So and that's something that should be always in your mind when you're looking at job descriptions or jobs that come through LinkedIn or other sources. As you're going through, the question that should be going through your head over and over and over again is, how can I help that company? How can I help them achieve their goals? How can I help them in their current product expansion, for example? So what is it? What is it about you? So I just want to share those things. I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to slide my slides over a little bit, so my face will come back in a minute, so bear with me. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go here a little bit. All right. Okay, so now you can't see these this slide, so I'm just going to talk through it very, very briefly. And I do apologize again for this, but I'm hoping that you can at least hear me and see me, and hopefully there's some information that is already helping you a little bit. And please indicate through your through your chat, as a matter of fact, anything that I'm saying that kind of connects with you a little bit. And again, I thank everyone for their understanding. Those that have logged in, thank you so much for that. Okay, so. What I've got in front of me here, and I know it's hard for you to visualize this, but basically I've got sort of 5 steps, you want to say. So I've got 5 areas that I'm going to briefly talk about. And this is under a sort of a theme that's called, where does networking fit into your job search strategy? Okay, so where does it fit in? Well, there's 5 areas. So here's number 1, career aspirations and goals. So, what are those aspirations and goals? I mean, what are they? Oh, thanks, Ronan Tower. To see that you're hearing clearly. That's great. Mike Katz, welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, and this is a big part of it. I mean, we all have goals. We have aspirations, and where do we see ourselves? Maybe a year, 2, 3 years. And of course, these days it's very tricky too because we've got the current scenario and how what kind of shape is it going to take for many companies coming into the end of this year, into next year, into 2021. Tricky one, but I always suggest to clients in general to have kind of like a plan A, plan B, like many things, right? Plan A could be okay. In the next 3 to 6 months, I want to at least be able to get my foot in the door somewhere and prove myself. Perhaps that might be. So that could be your plan A. Your plan B might be the big picture, which is okay. While I'm looking for that plan A or that sort of getting my foot in the door role, or whatever that might be, it might be entry, to mid, but many times that's a good opportunity right there to show who you are, basically 10 words or less. But your plan B might be that big picture. Okay, but as I'm progressing through, my goal is to achieve this particular role in 2 years or a year and a half or whatever it might be. So it's important to kind of keep yourself moving towards that plan B, but certainly you're probably going to be more active with that plan A. If that makes any sense. So that's really one of my shares. That's like number one, or one of the things that I wanted to sort of briefly touch on. Number two would be identify your skills. Very, very important. And again, I find with many clients they get caught up with, which is understandable, of course. You have a certain amount of experience, a certain amount of sector experience, and you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I've got to get something in the financial sector. Oh, but I don't have much experience in in IT, in the IT sector. So I'm more the financial guy and all that stuff. Well, the yes and no. It's more the reality is, hey, where can your skills fit in? And if you really think about it, as you hear the phrase, a lot of us say here, okay, your skills are transferable. We all have our key transferable skills that can be transferred, but it really depends on your mindset and how you present those skills into different sectors, different roles, different positions. Banks are always looking for people that have, IT experience or IT sector experience or key IT skills, for example. Okay. It's not just about having financial background or maybe audit background or money laundering background or whatever it might be. So it's important to really get focused and say, okay, what are my top 5 or 6 skills? Bottom line. That's really the bottom line. And are they the key skills? Like, am I presenting those skills clearly? I mean, you can do this yourself. You can go on Google, and if you search the top 10 or top 20 skills that employers are looking for in Canada, and I tend to suggest that a lot, just so that you can see yourself. What are some of those skills, and am I presenting even some of these skills, or do some of these represent who I am? And it could be skills like, I'll just quickly, I've just done on my son just to read this very, very quickly. Communication. Well, that's always an important skill. Growth mindset. Very important. Collaboration. Are you able to collaborate with teams and individuals? Believe it or not, another skill that comes up if you do your research: empathy. Yeah, empathy, which ties into, a lot of people probably know this, EI, emotional intelligence. So there's another very important area. Creativity. Hey, very important. And no matter what you do, more to be creative. Self-management. Are you the kind of person that, once you set, the guidelines and the objectives, can you manage yourself as you work towards achieving those goals? Willingness to learn. Willingness to learn is very, very important, especially in this current times with new, virtually, for example. Within ACCES, I'll give you a good example. We use Zoom, which, like a lot of companies, use Zoom as their main sort of virtual platform. However, we're also been asked to learn other platforms like WebEx, for example, because certain companies like to use WebEx or Microsoft. I mean, there's so many platforms out there, and we've got to be willing to be able to learn these and to be proficient enough to be able to coordinate and host and facilitate events that we present. We meaning RSP mentoring team, for example, but other teams as well, with employers and with our clients. And with different organizations. So that's just an example. Critical thinking, resilience. Now there's a big one. Resilience. And Brady, give me just one moment. I'm just going to just move my slides over. I'm going to see if there's any questions or comments. I'm seeing we can hear you. Great. It's okay. I'm hearing. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Thanks everyone for their understanding. That's great. Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay. Thanks, guys. Again. Really appreciate your patience, understanding, and again, hope some of this is really helping you a little bit. I'm watching my time here as well. Okay, so bear with me here. 1 second. Okay. All right. Other skills, resilience, yeah, decision making, problem solving. And another one, influence, persuasion. Yes, those are on there. If you again, if you do your research on Google, you'll find a lot of these. What I'm just reading off to you. This is just some examples. Influence, being able to present your idea with confidence, because maybe times you need to persuade management or to influence, shall we say, influence / persuade colleagues or management to to listen to an idea that you might have. For example, interpersonal skills, very important. And this applies to in all facets of our life. Customer service, public speaking, leadership, and we could go on. So I just want to just right off of, I just like you, I go on Google and look at this information. So important, identify those skills, and make sure you're presenting the core, maybe the top 5, top 6 skills, and most will be soft skills in most cases. You might have a few that are hard, as they say, but mostly soft skills, and make sure you identify those and that they represent who you are, and that's your story. Those are your skills, which can be used in technically any sector, really, in many roles. Well, you've got to have the mindset to realize that that's the case. Okay, so I really want to stress that to you. Okay, moves over just 1 second here. Identify your skills. Okay, job search targets. So again, it's important to have job search targets. I think we all know that. I'm going to say this about that. Let's put it this way. If anybody has goes upstairs, we all go upstairs. Well, unless you're Spider-Man or Superman, or you've got very strong legs or springs or whatever the case may be, we can't go up the stairs or jump up the stairs in one shot. Do one flight in one shot, unless you can. You're a great jumper. What is it? How do we take the stairs? One step at a time. And I know that sounds very simplistic, but that's the truth. So same thing with job search strategy. Job search strategy is basically job search targets. Again, you might say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna connect with 5 new 5 new contacts, maybe on LinkedIn, for example, this week. So by the end of this week, that could be your goal. Maybe you're going to connect with 1, per day. It might only be 1 or 2 for the week, but so you're not overwhelming yourself. Let's put it that way. So you're not putting a lot of pressure on yourself in that sense, right? So. So I just want to share that really briefly about that, and actively seeking work. So of course, again, no matter what we're talking about, it's about activity. I'm watching our time at 1:48, so bear with me, folks. I'm gonna keep on going here. Number 4, and of course, last but not least, out of the 5 I want to talk about, networking itself. Okay, so networking again is about building relationships. It's about building trust. It's about basically saying to yourself, how can I help individuals that I meet and interact with? So really it's your mindset. That's the key when it comes to networking. It's not about you, it's about them, really. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to go on here a little bit. There's a question there that I have on my slide here that I'm just going to verbally say to you. Does networking work? Does it work? Well, let's put it this way. Let me say this about networking. Networking will work and can work if you work the network. Did you get that? Okay. Networking will work if you work your network. Okay, so as you're connected with people, keep in touch with them, interact with them. Maybe share information, share best practices, share websites that you come across. Maybe you went to a great virtual meeting or event, for example. Say, oh, hey, check this, you should check this. This is great. It would be an opportunity for you. So it's really gets down to that. So the more people know you, the more people know your story and who you are, that increases the probability of someone mentioning your name or referring you potentially to possible opportunities. It really gets down to that. It's actually a numbers game, really. So I just wanted to, again, share that as well. Okay. Okay. Just very briefly, where can you network? Where can you network? The bottom line is you can network anywhere. So really the message I want to share to you is, hey, now these days, most things are done virtually. I don't know how many of you maybe have had what's called coffee chats, or you've perhaps connected with a mentor, whether it's through one of the services, whether it's Toronto Jobs or through ACCES or through other services. There's a lot of mentoring support out there. There is something called, if you're looking for a mentor, for example, or to reach out to mentors, there's also something called Mentor City. So it's all one word. You can look that up, where you can fill in a profile and then potentially be matched with a mentor as well. So that's another thing that you can look at. 10,000 coffees. People have probably heard of that. 10,000 coffees. That's another way of perhaps connecting with mentor. But as far as networking, I mean, it's incredible. There's an app called Meetup. Probably a lot of you know about this. It's a free app. Download on your phone. It's called Meetup. And again, you can select groups that you want to belong to. That's another way of networking. Okay. You can now. People still go out and shop because they have to. Maybe going to Walmart, you're going to, No Frills, whatever the case may be. You can, it's amazing. That's all part of that could be networking too. You never know who you run into, even though I know it's COVID, but even with a mask, sometimes you're having a conversation and you never know. So networking can still happen live as long as you're careful, of course. But the bottom line is, don't look at the scenario of it has to be this setup or this setup. Just be who you are. That's all part of networking, showing your personality and showing who you are. Very, very important. But of course, in the professional sense, it's important to at least be able to express yourself, express your story. Who are you? What is your story? So very, very important. I'm just going to go down a little bit here. Bear with me just 1 second. Okay. Yeah, whenever you so when you reach out to people, you want to explain who you are. Who are you? We go back to the who that I mentioned at the beginning. I'm going to stop it just for a second. Is there anybody have any questions? Is everybody out there still okay? Can everyone still hear me? Is any of this helping you in any way? Direct message. I'm looking here. Okay. I'm just going to bear with me 1 second here. Okay. All right. Someone else might be available after the session. I won't be available after the session if anybody had any questions. But if anybody has a question, or they want to maybe ask me something that I talked about, you can actually feel free to look me up on LinkedIn. So you see my name on the event information. You can look me up on LinkedIn. Feel free to do that. Okay. And if you have a question, I can do my best to at least answer it, or maybe suggest something. I have no problem doing that whatsoever. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go through here a couple things. So bottom line is this. Let's look at value. Okay. I want to really get to this. So in other words, as you're building your relationships, you want to show that you've got value, that you can trust, and you want to really tell that story no matter what. Okay. If you want to reach out to people on LinkedIn, for example, okay, and you want to build connections on LinkedIn, you want to start somehow. And an example may be, you might, as you're making, initial request on LinkedIn, you might say something like, just an example, I'm currently expanding my network within the financial industry, and I'm looking for opportunities to learn from industry professionals, such as yourself. Please accept my request to connect. So again, this is, it's a process of learning and wanting to learn from industry professionals. If you show desperation, I need a job right away, or what have you got any jobs? If you reach out to someone on LinkedIn, you're not going to get a response. You're going in, as you're building your network, you're building it from a soft sell point of view. You're there to learn from professionals and learn from experts, and that's really important. Let's talk about value, because I see our time is pretty well almost in, so I want to respect the time. That's fair, Rachel. I guess we're getting pretty close. So I hope that helps a little bit. Part of your value is just being a listening, being a sounding board. Okay, that's important for people, just in general. So that's how you add value as you're building a network. Facilitate connections. Perhaps you can help someone to connect with somebody else because of your connections as you're building. Okay, find or be a mentor. So we talked a little bit about that before. Share your expertise, knowledge, resources, and content. Okay, that's critical as you're having the conversations. Again, you could be more help than what you realize, and the more you help, the more help comes to you. You'd be surprised. It's funny how that happens. Provide support, motivation, inspiration, especially these days. It's really important to support and encourage each other. Keep in touch. Celebrate success. If somebody gets a job or gets an interview, hey, you're keep in touch. Hey, look at that. That's fantastic. Way to go. So glad for you. Okay. So in the end, I'm just going to close that. So, I don't know if anybody can still hear and see me. And I know we're at 1:55, so Rachel, I want to respect your time. But I really want to thank everyone for coming in today, and I hope there's been a few things that can help a little bit. Remember now, who are you? I am a what? Okay. What is your expertise? Value. Okay. What is your accomplishment? How can you contribute to organizations and individuals as well? Show your value. Thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate it. Sorry, Rachel.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to hop in and say thank you to you for sharing all that insight. That was amazing. And I think you mentioned if anyone has any questions, they can reach out to you on LinkedIn, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect. That was awesome. Well, thank you so much. You're
Thank
like
you.
my favorite speaker, so I'm sure I'll.
Ah, come on.
Such a good experience. So thank you so much, and thanks to you guys for being
Thank
here.
you.
I think our next session start in about 4 minutes. So if you click on the session tab once we're complete here, you'll see the other sessions pop up, and then there's also the expo that's open and the networking area. So thanks again so much, and
Thank you, everybody.
really appreciate your time, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Good luck.